Buddha's image has now become an icon of a trendy mindfulness, rapidly taking over today's world. How and why has the convergence of contemporary Buddhism and pop culture remodeled the Westerners' mentality? And why do we need Buddha's glitter in our lives? A small city in North India, to get answers to my questions. After a 1-hour-long meditation in Himalayas at 6 in the morning, Venerable Bhikkhu Sanghasena tried to open my eyes.
We need spirituality, we need meditation, we need prayer to keep our soul, our mind, the inner aspect of our life clean and healthy. That's where, Buddhism or Buddha has something to offer to the world. So as the Western people have put so much time and effort, energy in achievement of the worldly things, now they have to divide the time. Half time for the external world, half for prayer, half for meditation, half for the inner aspects of our life to know. There is really something for the Westerner to learn from the Buddha's teaching, the meditation.
Our cognition of Dharma teachings in the West is not shaped by the same factors as it is in Asia. Without using any cliches or stereotypes, let's face it, whilst Easterners have a more holistic way of interpreting life, the Westerners are famous for more of an object-oriented mindset. However, the two cultures merge faster than ever. I went to London, a city full of numerous merged religions and cultures, to get some answers about the convergence of the Eastern and Western traditions.
There's a neuroscientist called Francisco Varela, and he says he felt that the meeting of Buddhism, Buddhist ideas and Western ideas is going to produce a new Renaissance. So in the same way the Renaissance started in the 1400s because the old Greek ideas were being rediscovered and Greek ideas and Christianity met each other, in the same way now we have Eastern ideas and European ideas meeting. It's a really exciting time to be around.
So why are we so keen to delve deeper into the core beliefs of Buddhism? There are three main factors that form our curiosity: absence of God in the Buddhist beliefs, freedom of being a lay Buddhist, and the vogue of the Buddhist images. First of all, let's make it clear. Buddha was not a god. He was a prince, a human being like you and I. After meditating for 49 days straight under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, India, he attained enlightenment, also known as nirvana. In Buddhist tradition, there is no creator. Mind is the maker of all, hence there is no idea of an external deity, which is definitely a convenient thing for the contemporary agnostic culture to swallow. Western people admire the idea that instead of believing in some kind of a deity, they have a chance to become a higher being, as long as one can get his head around the fact that our mind is ultimate, our mind is the creator of everything. Not to mention that anyone can become a Buddha.
Awareness, which includes awareness of other people, which we call compassion, that can always grow. There's no barrier to that. It can always grow. And as it grows, the negative sides of your mind, particularly the craving and the hatred and the ignorance, will get smaller. And eventually, according to Buddhism, they can vanish completely. So there's no craving left, there's no hatred left, and there's no ignorance left. That's what's meant by being a Buddha. So, yeah, anyone can do that.
Lay Buddhists have freedom to choose what rules they want to follow. Yes, being free from restrictions is appealing. However, maybe this is exactly where the West subconsciously caricaturizes the Dharma teachings. Or is it simply a natural outcome of the two merging cultures?
As a lay Buddhist, for example, so someone who's not a monk or a nun, you can do whatever you like, But I suppose after a while, probably what happens is that your behaviour starts to change a little bit because you start to value keeping a peaceful mind, and sometimes external conditions are not conducive to that.
Your own experience is what really matters. and rather than dogmas or beliefs. Of course, in traditional Buddhism, when the Buddha first set Buddhism up, and we're going back 2,500 years now, he decided to set up a monastic order. And that's continued in most Buddhist countries. That is quite central, the monastic side of Buddhism, and it is really valuable. But I think things are different nowadays. So in my case, I haven't had children, but I didn't particularly want to become a celibate in robes and living in a temple or living in a monastery or something like that. I wanted to be working in the world, involved in the commercial world, and involved in ordinary life and all that.
You don't have to become an all-out monk or monkess in order to practice Buddhism, and basically you try to find a path that suits you, and the Buddha himself was really strong on this point. He tried living the riches of the rich life, and he tried living the extreme poverty of the ascetic life, and he found out that neither was any good. You have to find a
in the West does not require an external revolution. The only revolution that is of immense relevance to you happens within. However, some of the Buddhism followers in the West crave to show the world their beliefs by openly wearing mala necklaces or even getting tattoos of Buddhist symbols. Is it a respectful way to praise the Dharma teachings, or by contrary, is it somewhat demeaning the Buddha's image?
Lamolė yra pasakęs, jeigu tai yra mada, tai bent jau yra naudinga mada, tam tikra prasme, nes jeigu žmogus, jisai galbūt dėl mados sako, aš budistas. Kažkas dar paklausė, gerai, aš budistas, tebūnie. Ir galbūt jis vieną dieną prieis prie momento, o kas yra budizmas?
I think a Buddha image usually is a very positive thing. It's usually smiling, sitting in meditation, looking very calm, looking very stable, and it's quite inspiring. So if that image is going into more and more houses, I think that's nice. If more and more people are doing mindfulness, even if they just do a little bit of mindfulness, that's really great. So the fashion has dangers to it. It may be that people think they've got the whole thing when they just grab one little part of it. Mindfulness is not the whole of Buddhism. A Buddha statue isn't the whole of Buddhism either. So that's the danger. But I think the danger is worth risking,
In the contemporary society, where time is money and being wealthy is one of the main priorities for many of us, we simply don't find time to develop our spirituality and compassion. According to the principles of Buddha, attachment brings suffering. The more we have, the more we want. We must learn to let go of the worldly cravings. Buddhism helps us stop pinning all of our happiness to material things and instead shows us how to find happiness within, which is what our glitter society is in desperate need of.
We are giving too much attention to the material world. They think that only if you have more money and better car and so on, we think happy. They think that we will be happy. This is wrong. The real happiness will come not from the car or money or thing. Real happiness and contentment will come from the realization of the truth, the realization of what life is, what existence is.
No matter what part of the world we live in, be it spiritual East or American dream-driven West, Buddhism leads us towards realization of many things, including the power of mind and materialism absurdity phenomena. However, one is clear. We are perfectly able to juggle between the glitter of the West and Shanti of the East.